So yeah, so coming to lie in a comfortable place. Hands can rest wherever feels most comfortable. So perhaps on the belly, down by the sides of the body, perhaps somewhere else. And we'll just close down the eyes, or perhaps soften the gaze. Just taking a few deep breaths. Just taking a couple moments to kind of gather yourself, get comfortable. Perhaps taking some deep breaths to really allow the body to ground down. Maybe sighing out through the mouth. Just taking any breaths that feel right for you today, feel right in your body. Noticing, or even seeing if you can soften the body a little bit further with each breath that you take. Starting to notice how the body's feeling. Noticing if there's any areas of stiffness or tightness, any areas of discomfort, anywhere that we see that we're holding on to. Guiding our breath to these spaces, allowing the inhale to almost fill them, engulfing with the breath. And then with each exhale, the body softens and releases, grounding down. And releasing these spaces that we're perhaps holding tension or holding on to. Perhaps even imagining that there's tension or kind of however it's manifesting in your body is almost seeping out of the skin with the exhale. Finding this cleansing breath. And then we'll take 3 really deep breaths here. So breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. Last one, inhale. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, gently drawing the knees in towards the body and taking a few rolls on the spine, side to side, forward and back. Gently massaging the lower back on the earth. Perhaps we draw circles with the knees, perhaps drawing them in opposite directions, bringing a bit of awareness into the hips, into the inner thighs. And then as you next inhale, we'll draw the forehead up to meet the knees, squeezing ourselves into a little ball, really rounding through the spine here. And then exhale, release. Hands come to the back of the thighs and starting to take some bigger rolls on the spine, coming up and then back down. And then coming all the way up and coming to find seated. So whatever variation of seated works for you, perhaps that's cross-legged or kneeling, but just come to find a comfortable place. Take a little wriggle to ground in, hands come to the thighs or the knee. Take an inhale to find length in the spine as we rise up, almost like someone's pulling a piece of string. And it's rising up our spine to the crown of the head. And then we find softness. The shoulders roll back and down. We're going to be focusing a lot of today's practice on our kind of trunk area. So the torso and kind of the core, but not in a horrible doing sit-ups kind of way. More of just bringing our awareness into it. As you inhale, sweeping the arms up wide and high, reaching them up overhead, clasping the fingertips and pressing the palms up towards the ceiling, hugging the sides of the ribs in, finding length. Exhale, release, clasping the fingertips behind the back this time. As you inhale to pull the heart through, shoulder blades roll back towards each other. Maybe taking some head and neck rolls here. Beautiful. Slowly releasing. The right hand finds the earth beside you. Inhale, sweep up the left. Exhaling it over. As we draw the left shoulder back, anchoring down through that left sit bone. So thinking about finding this extension through the left side of the body. Still creating space in the torso. Beautiful. And an inhale, rise. Left hand finds the earth as we sweep up through the right. Exhaling it over to the other side. Again, anchoring that right sit bone into the earth. Draw the shoulder back slightly, so maybe opening through the heart. And I'll slowly rise. Reach both hands up to the sky. Really reaching out through the sides of the body here. Draw the navel slightly in. Exhale, hands find the earth. Take a little inhale here to find length, almost a wriggle. And as we exhale, bowing down, perhaps the forearms find the earth. Maybe we stay on the hands. But wherever we are, the head and the neck relax down. Perhaps finding some gentle sways in the spine. Maybe rolling the head and the neck a little bit more. Just gently warming up in a way that works for you. As you inhale, lift the head and the chest. Pressing the fingertips into the earth, lengthening through the spine, so almost finding a flat back as we press the back of the head back. And then dragging the fingertips in. Rolling over the shins, coming up to find a tabletop. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Setting yourself up. Pressing the fingertips into the earth. As you inhale, the belly drops, chest reaches forward, tailbone lifts up, finding our cow. Exhale, press the hands and the feet into the earth as we push the back of the heart away, finding our cat. Inhale to roll forward. Exhaling back. Finding your own breath and your own rhythm here as we take a few more rounds. And then from here, perhaps adding in any extra movements, any wiggles, finding more of an organic cat-cow. So maybe we circle the hips, roll back to a child's pose. Maybe we explore a bit of movement in the wrists or the fingertips or the toes. Can lower one elbow down or the other. Just allowing the body to move in a way that feels right. Perhaps the eyes are closed and we're just tuning in and basically just allowing the breath to guide us with no real intention. Just finding what feels right for us in this present moment. Beautiful. And then as you next exhale, we'll sink the hips back towards the heels. Reach the fingertips forward and bow it down into a child's pose. Relaxing the head and the neck down. Perhaps swaying the hips slightly side to side. Rolling the forehead on the earth. Knees can be a bit wider if that's more comfortable for you. One more breath here. And then as you inhale, we'll curve up through the spine, puffing up through the back of the heart as we make our way back to a tabletop. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. When you're ready, tucking the toes, lift the hips, send it up and back. Downward facing dog. Starting to explore here, pedaling the legs, giving the head a shake, giving the bum a wiggle. Gently warming up the body here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, lifting up onto the tiptoes, send the sit bones up high. As you exhale, big sigh out through the mouth, send the heels towards the earth. 2 more of these. Inhale, rising. Exhaling it out. Last one, inhale. Exhaling it out. Holding it here in your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sit bones are up high. Knees can be soft and bent here. Head and neck relaxing down. Perhaps giving it a little shake to really release. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then as you inhale, looking forward, taking baby steps all the way to the front of the mat as we find our way to a ragdoll forward fold. So feet come to hip distance apart, generous bend in the knees so the belly can come towards the thighs. Opposite arm with opposite elbow. And just allow the upper body to hang, feeling the sense of weightiness as we perhaps sway from side to side. Perhaps pedal the legs a bit more. Maybe even pulsing the upper body to find this kind of weighty shakiness. Beautiful. Then as you inhale, we'll curve up through the spine, untucking each vertebra at a time as you almost unravel your way up to standing. Sweeping the arms out wide, reaching them up and overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, our extended mountain pose. Exhale the hands down through prayer, bring them into the heart space. Roll the shoulders back and down, grounding down through the soles of the feet. Lengthening the tailbone down and the navel draws slightly in. Beautiful. As you next inhale, we'll sweep the arms out wide again, reaching them up overhead. As you exhale, hinging forward from the hips, coming to find ourselves in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting the head and the chest to a flat back, either the fingertips on the ground or hands to shins. Find length in the spine, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Last one, inhale, halfway lift. Hands come down to the ground, stepping back, high plank. Engaging the core, shoulders above the wrists. As you exhale, drop the knees to the earth, lowering the elbows, knees, chest, chin. And then inhale, finding a cobra, sphinx, maybe an upward facing dog. Shoulders roll back and down, opening through the heart space. Beautiful, tucking the toes, lift the knees, send it back. Downward facing dog. On an inhale, lifting the right leg up, 3-legged dog. But keeping it so the hips stay in line to start with. So the toes are pointing down and we're not really lifting the leg very high. Holding it here for a moment, seeing if you can keep those hips in line. And as you inhale, maybe we can open it out a bit wider, a bit higher. Perhaps bending the knee, trying to draw some circles one way and then the other. Beautiful. And as you inhale, we'll look forward. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Holding it here just for a moment. And then releasing the foot down in between the hands. Left knee finds the earth. Kneeling lunge. Take a moment to readjust if you need to. And then on an inhale, we'll guide the heart forward. Find length. Exhale, sending it back. Extend the right leg. Inhale to pull it forward. Exhaling it back. Taking a few more rounds here with your own breath. Rolling the spine forwards and back. Almost flossing through the hips. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, we come forward. Exhale, send the hips back. Lift the right toes. Hands come closer towards the body and sort of outside of the mat, maybe even tenting the fingertips. Inhale, lift the head and the chest, softening through that right knee as we find length. Exhale, folding over, relaxing the head and the neck wherever you are. Perhaps taking a look at where your hips are going, maybe noticing if we're sinking over to the left slightly. Maybe we think about bringing the weight over towards the right, squaring off the hips. One more breath. And then inhale, slowly guiding it forward. As we sweep the fingertips forward and up. Inhale to find length. Exhale to soften. Shoulders roll back and down. Drawing the thighs almost towards each other. So we're finding this engagement through the front of the left thigh and then the right thigh. Reaching through the sides of the body. Lengthening the tailbone down. Beautiful, everyone. One more breath here. And then exhale, hands find the earth. Stepping back, high plank. Lowering down either knees, chest, chin, or maybe we take a chaturanga half press up. Whichever is your choice. Inhale, rising up to your heart opener. Cobra, Sphinx, upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending it all the way back. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the left leg this time. But again, kind of squaring the hips to start with. Almost pressing the heel away from you. Toes point down to the ground. And then from here, maybe we can start to open out that hip. Maybe bend the knee. Start to draw some circles. And then on your next inhale, draw the knee in towards the chest as we hug our way forward. Woo, and then exhale. Left foot finds the earth in between the hands. Drop the right knee to the ground. Adjust yourself if needed. And then on an inhale, pull the heart through, find length. Exhale, sending it back, extend the left leg. Inhale to come forward. Exhaling it back. Again, finding your own breath, your own rhythm here as we gently move forwards and back. Beautiful. One more as you inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, sending it back. Hands come a bit closer towards the body, maybe tenting them outside of the mat, lifting the left toes. Softening through the left knee as we inhale to find length. Exhale, folding it down, bowing over that left leg. Relaxing the head and the neck. Noticing where the hips are going again. So maybe we need to send the weight slightly over towards the left. Beautiful, really good, everyone. And then on your next inhale, we'll guide our way forward as the fingertips reach forward and then up. Take a big reach with that inhale, almost like you're trying to reach something up high. And then exhale, soften everything down. Shoulders roll back and down. Draw the thighs slightly towards each other. Lengthening the tailbone down. One more breath here. And then exhale, hands find the earth, stepping back, high plank. Lowering down either knees, chest, chin, or again, maybe a chaturanga half press up. Inhaling to an up dog, cobra, sphinx, shoulders back and down. Exhaling it back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, big breath out through the mouth. Perhaps pedaling the legs, giving the head a shake. Exploring some movement again. Beautiful. And then on your next inhale, looking forward, we're going to step through and come to find seated again. So I think I might demo this bit just to start with, because it's not too tricky, but we'll just see. Anyway, so we're going to start in like a kind of mini boat pose. So not the full thing, just kind of somewhere in between. Engaging the core, lifting through the torso. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw the right foot down, kind of underneath the left leg. Press the left foot into the ground, using your core or your hands. We're going to lift up, reach the arms up, and then push the pelvis forward, squeeze your butt cheeks, reach up. Exhale, we're going to come back down, lift the legs up, and then switch it to the other side. Maybe use your core to lift up, maybe you use your hands, and we rise. Squeeze that left butt cheek. Exhale, come down. Cool. We'll do it together, so I'll talk you all through it. But yeah, so when you're ready, come to seated, find some sort of a boat pose, find length in the spine, take a moment. Take a big exhale out. Cool, and then we'll drop the right foot first, drawing it underneath, lifting up either using your hands or your core, reach the fingertips up, squeeze the right butt cheek as you draw the tailbone down. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Lift the legs up. Mini boat pose. We drop the left leg, using your core or kind of clambering up. We rise, reach the arms up, squeeze the left butt cheek. Beautiful. We'll do 2 more on each side. Come back down, mini boat pose. Right leg finds the earth, left foot, lift it up. Squeeze the right butt cheek. Exhale it down. Mini boat pose. Exhale, left leg. Lift your way up. Reach the fingertips, squeeze the left butt cheek. Beautiful. Really good, everyone. 1 more. Mini boat pose. Right leg, left foot. Lift it up. Hold it here just for a moment as you reach the fingertips up. Really thinking about squeezing the glutes here so we find this tailbone extension, almost this pelvic tuck. Imagining kind of like Elvis, pelvis tuck thing. Reach the fingertips up. Draw the navel in. Exhale, soften all the way back down. Draw the legs in. And then last one on the other side. So again, we'll hold it here for a moment. Reach the fingertips up. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. Lengthen through the torso as the navel draws in. And then exhale, softening all the way down. Take a final boat pose, any variations. You can kind of find a really baby one. Maybe lift up, maybe straighten the legs if you're feeling really strong. Woo. Allowing the body to shake, relaxing the face. So 3, 2, and 1. Crossing the shins, rolling over, tabletop. Take a moment, have a wriggle. Beautiful. And then as you next exhale, when you're ready, we'll tuck the toes and lift it up. Downward facing dog. Pedaling through the legs. Starting to feel that fire in the body, that agony. Fire in the belly, the core. Beautiful. That's giving the bum a wiggle, pedaling the legs. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, we'll lift the right leg up, 3-legged dog. As you inhale, stepping it through in between the hands, finding our low lunge. And then as you rise, we'll come, find our high lunge, warrior 1. Hips facing forward, bending through the right knee, reaching the fingertips up. You can soften through the left knee as much as you need to. If you're finding it a bit too much on your hips, you can kind of find this like tilt back down. And then as you exhale, we're going to open up to the right and come to a twisted warrior two. So the right arm comes behind us towards the back of the mat and the left arm comes forward. Woo. Take a moment. Gazing perhaps behind you if you can. Ooh. Beautiful. Inhale, turning everything back to the center, warrior one. On your next inhale, we'll send the weight into that right foot. As you inhale, hug the left knee in towards the body. Taking hold. And then keeping the right hand on the left knee. We're going to inhale, open it out, bringing the left hand behind us as we come to twist. Option here to extend the left leg if you wish. Beautiful. One more breath wherever you are. And then slowly coming back to center as we soften through the right knee and then bring the left ankle to that right knee, come into a sort of figure four. Ooh, and then as we exhale, we'll sink down, kind of coming into a little chair pose, figure four. And then bringing the fingertips together in front of you. So they sort of touch like these, kind of like an evil mastermind person from like Austin Powers. Lengthening through the spine, pushing the back of the head back. Sinking a little lower maybe if you can. Pressing the fingertips in towards each other. As you inhale, keeping the fingertips where they are. See if you can lift. Lift, 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 lift. Draw the left knee in. Woo! Take a moment. Then as you exhale, keeping the fingertips where they are, evil mastermind fingers. Send the left foot back behind you. Warrior three. Woo! Left toes pointing down, find length. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly drop the left foot down. Left knee drops. Oh, take a moment, catch your breath. But from here, we're going to come to like a 1990 kind of lunge. So we're not going deep. We're going to think about kind of knee under hip, knee kind of in line with hip, roughly, depending on your anatomy. So we're going to take a moment here. The left toes can be untucked or tucked, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then from here, we're going to squeeze the left butt cheek. So you find this almost instant tuck of the pelvis and that switching on of the front of the left thigh, so the left hip flexor. Right hand comes to right thigh, maybe just down by the side. Inhale, reach the left arm up high. As you exhale, we're going to bend the elbow over towards the left, ever so slightly, gazing at your left elbow or thereabouts. So we're kind of in this little twist, little chest opener with a cactus arm. Squeeze that left butt cheek. And then as you next exhale, we're going to swing our way forward, curving through the spine as we reach the left arm over towards the right knee. Keep squeezing the left butt cheek. We're really rounding through the spine here. Inhale, opening it out. Gazing towards the left somewhere. Exhale. Curving it in, kind of hugging yourself in. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. Squeezing the left butt cheek. Inhale, open it up, hold it here. And then we'll release. Bring the hands inside of that right foot. Coming to just a really gentle lizard here. So perhaps adjusting the feet and the knees as much as you need to. Staying soft, maybe tenting the fingertips and coming up a bit higher so we can think about finding length in the spine. Drawing the navel in, strengthening through our torso, through our trunk. And then from here, heel toeing the right foot over towards the left, and we'll come to find pigeon. So getting there whichever way works for you, but we'll bend through that right knee, and then the left knee comes out behind us. Take a moment to wriggle, get comfortable, maybe a pillow or a blanket underneath that right sit bone. Take an inhale, find length, almost puffing your chest forward, like the proud pigeon. And as you exhale, allowing the body to trickle down. Maybe we rest on the forearms. Maybe the forehead comes to rest on the hands. Maybe the forehead comes to the ground. Really thinking about squaring the hips and the pelvis here. So maybe we think about pressing that right sit bone into the air that it's in, towards the earth. Two more breaths here. Two really deep breaths. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing the hands back to the earth. Finding your proud pigeon as you draw the heart forward. And we'll tuck the left toes, send the right foot back to meet it, coming to our downward facing dog. Pedaling through the legs, giving the bum a wiggle, finding any kind of counter poses that feel right for you. And then just taking a moment of stillness here, just to breathe. The head relaxes down, sit bones are up high, knees can be soft. And then as you next inhale, we'll lift the left leg. Oh gosh, there's on the wall behind me. Lifting the left leg, three-legged dog. And then as you inhale, send the left foot forward, in between the hands, finding your low lunge, and then rising to your high lunge or warrior one. Take a moment to adjust, squaring the hips, bending through the left knee, reaching the fingertips up high. Beautiful. Ooh. Draw the navel in, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, turning out towards the left. As the left hand comes behind you, right arm forward, twisted warrior two. Perhaps gazing towards the back of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly moving back through center. Reach the fingertips up. And then when you're ready, using the strength of that front leg, we'll rise, hugging the right knee in towards the body. Take a moment. Holding on with the left hand as we release the right, and then sending it behind us, coming into our twist. Again, option to take hold of the foot, the toes, and extend it out. Beautiful. Ooh, finding your balance. If you fall and wobble, that's fine. Just take your time and come back. We'll come back through center, cross the right ankle over the left thigh as we sink down slightly into a kind of figure four chair pose. Bringing our fingertips back towards each other so we kind of come to our evil mastermind fingers. Oh, Mr. Burns, that's who I'm thinking of. And he's like, excellent. Lengthen through the spine, press the back of the head back. Inhale, slowly rise. Keep the fingertips where they are, draw the right knee in. Exhale, send it back. Warrior three. Really pressing the fingertips in towards each other. So we open out through the shoulders, elbows draw out slightly. Right toes pointing down to the ground, find length. Ooh, and then exhale, right foot finds the earth, right knee finds the earth. Take a moment, have a breather. And then when you're ready, we'll come to find our kind of 1990 lunge. So again, knee and hips kind of roughly in line, wherever your kind of anatomy allows. And then we'll squeeze that right butt cheek. So again, we find this instant engagement where the pelvis draws down, the tailbone lengthens, and that right hip flexor and the right quad really start to engage. Left hand finds the left thigh or somewhere more comfortable. As we inhale to reach the right arm up. Exhale, open it out slightly towards the right as we cactus that arm a little bit, perhaps gaze over towards the right. As we exhale, swinging it forward, keeping that right butt cheek engaged as we curve through the spine, reaching over towards the left. Inhale, open it out, open through the heart. Exhale, curve it forward. Keep those thighs almost magnetizing towards each other. Inhale, open it out. Woo. Last one, exhale, curve it over. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the butt. Inhale, open, hold it here. It's gazing towards your right elbow or somewhere near there. And then exhale, release. Hands come inside of that left foot and we come to find kind of really gentle lizard. So again, maybe coming to the fingertips, tenting the hands to find a bit more height, a bit more length. So we just breathe into the hips. Beautiful. And when you're ready, heel toeing that left foot over towards the right. Oh, and then coming to find pigeon on the other side. Take a wriggle, a roll, get comfortable as you find length, puffing the heart forward, finding that kind of proud pigeon. And then on your next exhale, allowing the body to trickle down towards the earth. Perhaps to the forearms, perhaps the forehead comes to the hands, or the head comes to the earth. Wherever you're at, finding length in the spine. Pressing that left sit bone down towards the earth or just kind of into the air. Taking 2 more really deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly rising, hands find the earth as you find length. Tucking the toes. Send the left leg back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Finding any counter poses and wriggles, giving the bum a shake, pedaling the legs. And then as you next exhale, we'll drop the knees to the earth, come to a tabletop. And taking any variation of cat-cow that works for you or that you kind of crave. So maybe that's more weird and wonderful wriggles. Maybe we find the kind of standard forward and back. Maybe you do something completely different. But just allowing the body to roll and wriggle in a way that feels right. Kind of rolling through any of those kinks, any of those spaces. Seeing if we're still carrying tension or tightness anywhere. And then as you exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Reach the fingertips forward and bow everything down in towards the earth. Child's pose. Forehead comes to the earth, or near it. Knees can come wide. Taking some time to soften, to relax the breath, the body. As the breath starts to slow down. Beautiful. As you inhale, we'll lift the head and the chest slightly. Kind of just swing the legs to the side so that you come to find seated. Hugging the knees in towards the body, wrapping the arms around them. And kind of like in the beginning, allowing the spine to soften and roll away. Forehead can rest on the knees or kind of somewhere in between. Beautiful. As you next exhale, allow the spine to soften even more so that the back body comes to lie on the ground. Hugging the knees in, rolling side to side, forward and back. Drawing circles again. And then drawing the arms inside of the legs. Coming to find happy baby. So either soles of the feet, the hands fine, maybe the toes, maybe the bit underneath the knees. Maybe that feels a bit more comfortable today. But allow the knees to drop towards the armpits. Soles of the feet shine up towards the sky. Maybe we roll on the spine. Maybe we extend one leg out and the other. Maybe we rock all the way over and then all the way back. Beautiful. Releasing the feet, hugging the knees in. And then as you exhale, we'll drop the knees over towards the right and come to find supine spinal twist. So the right hand can come to the thigh, on the knee or somewhere else. And then the left arm reaches out towards the left. As we stay here, maybe we bring our gaze over towards the left. Inhale to find length. Exhale to soften everything out. Allowing each exhale to soften the body a bit further to the knees and the shoulder. Draw a little bit closer towards the earth with each breath. The spine softens into the twist. Inhale, slowly guiding the knees back towards center. Realigning them slightly, and then the knees drop over towards the left. Extend the right arm out. Perhaps we gaze over towards the right. And again, allowing the inhale to rise up through the body, finding this length. And then as we exhale, everything softens, everything releases. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up as we draw the knees in. Drawing circles on the lower back, rolling side to side. Forward and back. Taking any final poses or movements or wriggles or rolls that you wish to take. Maybe taking a full body stretch. Maybe a little heart opener. Anyone practicing versions, obviously, go ahead. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, start to take some time to find a comfortable place in Shavasana. But obviously, when you're ready, we're going to take a slightly longer one today because you all worked really hard. But yeah, when you're ready, perhaps adding an extra layer, getting a blanket, putting some socks on. And come to find yourself on your back. Legs can be out straight, soles of the feet perhaps on the earth, maybe even soles of the feet together. And bringing the hands to rest wherever feels comfortable for you. So perhaps down the sides of the body, perhaps on the belly, one below the belly button and one above, maybe one on the heart, one on the belly. And when you've found yourself in a comfortable space, taking a really deep inhale through the nose and then a really big exhale out through the mouth. Releasing any little bit of tension, any space that we might be holding on to with that exhale. Feeling the body really melt into the floor, feeling it way down and almost surrender to the earth that's holding you and supporting you. Feeling held and safe and connected to the earth. Noticing how the chest and the belly rise and expand as we inhale. And as we exhale, we ground down. Just noticing this kind of ebb and flow of breath for a moment as it rises up on the inhale and washes back down with the exhale. And then slowly just coming back to your natural breath, allowing the mind to kind of quieten down as we come to this sense of complete stillness, complete quietening of the mind, of the senses. Slowly starting to notice the sounds around you. As the mind starts to trickle back into the body, what can you hear? What sounds are picking up? As you start to allow thoughts to trickle back in, starting to notice the breath a bit more. Perhaps noticing the ebb and flow and the rise and the fall. Just gently noticing how it all feels. And then maybe we start to invite some very gentle movement in. So perhaps wriggling the toes or the fingers, rolling the head from side to side, maybe circling the wrists or the ankles. And then maybe we can reach the arms overhead, take a full body stretch, reaching from the fingertips down to the toes, like you've just woken up. And then drawing the knees in towards the chest. And gently rolling over to whichever side calls to you today, and just resting here for a moment with the eyes closed. And slowly, in your own time, making your way up to find a comfortable seated position. It can be cross-legged or kneeling. Bringing the hands to the knees, palms facing up. Lengthening through the spine, perhaps finding a little wriggle to almost stack the spine. As we draw the navel in, draw the bottom of the ribs sort of down. Shoulders roll back and down, soften. And gently pressing through the back of the head to find this month. As you inhale, we'll reach the fingertips out wide, spreading them, reaching them almost as if you're trying to grab something on the walls. And then as we inhale, we'll turn the palms up towards the ceiling as they reach up and overhead, meeting together. Exhaling them down through the center, bringing them into prayer in the heart space. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose to exhale out as a sigh. Drawing the thumbs to the space in between the eyebrows and bowing the head down. Bowing in gratitude for our bodies in this practice, for the day that we've had and the day yet to come. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Come over. Stop the recording.